And we have breaking news right now. Take a look at that crane. Hundreds of people have had to flee 15 Manhattan high-rises because of the crane you're looking at. That's a live picture of the crane dangling in Midtown Manhattan. A construction crane, that one, has torn apart. It is dangling treacherously over Manhattan, right across from Carnegie Hall. It could fly into and even crush perhaps a Carnegie Hall, perhaps an apartment building. Surrounding streets already look like a war zone. I was on the street just a little while ago as it played out. Check this out. Have you been seeing what's going on with this crane?
The wind must have knocked down the entire unit, so it looks like a pretzel, like the wind just tore it apart like a piece of pretzel.
They're moving this out because the NYPD officer was telling me basically they may just have to let that crane fall. And so what they're doing is they're evacuating buildings in the area. They are afraid that when that crane goes, it could be bouncing off buildings around here.
Unbelievable. You get a sense of the winds. Rita Cosby, what is happening? And by the way, this is one of the world's most luxurious high-rise apartments anywhere. That one of the top floors sold for $90 million. One single apartment, $90 million. Rita Cosby, you saw some of this crane, this extraordinary crane incident. What happened?
Yeah, and Jane, I'll tell you, it was one of the scariest things. And, here, I'm a veteran reporter. I was in an apartment right across the way from the crane. I was looking out, and I actually saw the crane shaking quite a bit, and I was concerned it was going to come off from the pins, the whole crane. This was about 2:30 this afternoon, 2:30, 2:45. Again, the wind hadn't really fully kicked up yet. And then suddenly, as I am watching, Jane, right before my eyes, I see the crane toppling, the arm of the crane, which is probably maybe 60, 70 feet long, breaking. Basically, it looked like I thought it was going to fall at that moment, but it literally just toppled over right in front of me. And I was not too far away. I ran out of my apartment because literally in that area, in the area where I was standing at the time, we thought, okay, this might be coming through the window. Ran across, and then suddenly in that apartment building, there was a loudspeaker. It went on immediately and said, evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. Crane has disabled across the street. Then the next thing you know, it was dangling at that point.
Let me tell you something.
Just a scary scene.
If we could see that crane again, it's at least, it looks like 9 stories tall. It's a giant spear. And I got to tell you a personal story. My mom, she has a rent-controlled apartment. She doesn't buy her apartment, but she lives immediately next door, and she has been evacuated. And I've been dealing with that on and off throughout the whole night. She literally looks out the window and sees that building. It's immediately adjacent to her. And I called the people from the building. I said, "What are you doing? She's 96." And they said, "No, people have to leave for their own safety, Rita."
Well, that's incredible because I'll tell you, in the building I was in, they demanded we get out. We had firefighters banging on the door, and that's
what they did to my mom.
That's what should happen with your mom. And Jane,
they did that. Itself, they left. She had to leave.
And that building, by the way, is 1,000 feet tall. That crane is on right there, the top building, the top floor. It's 94 floors. The top of the crane is right there, but it's the arm of the crane that is dangling. And that arm alone, Jane, just to give you a sense of how serious it is for folks in the area like your mom and all these others, that portion, they believe, weighs several tons. They had to physically bring it in on a flatbed when they brought the crane in about a year ago. And the firefighters in the building, who are literally rushing, said it is too late to secure it because of the high winds. No construction company nor firefighters.
We got to go to a break, but you could see it